so much for joining us today. Shout out to the NTZ crew. There's Michael Beach Alive. I know Jacob Tanjay will be on here. All my old heads, the Alpha Genius. I see you, Derek Castanara Sr. All my members especially for your support. I love LaChan, Golden Gate. Thank y'all so much. Jeffrey Tatter. I know he's headed this way soon. What time is it travels? Eric Smith. Thank y'all. Any new viewers and subscribers join us today, welcome. Anybody catching this on replay, the peso is 56.25. I'm not going to complain. Still a good rate. Probably as good of a rate as you're going to find around the world with the dollar. We always have a topic. Today's topic is what men should do to flip the script in Southeast Asia. I guess I could say Southeast Asia and beyond, but I got a question before we ever get started. Are we being treated as badly around the world as we're being treated over here? That's a question I want you to ponder today. Of course, it's your live stream, whatever you want to talk to. What's up, Angelo? Talk about, put it in here, and I'll get to it if I can. I'm on YouTube for right now till I find another app because that StreamYard is just failing me so bad. What's up, Kesman? I see Blizzard Abroad on here. Yeah, I did the workout video again, just the basics by popular demand. People were asking me. Actually, it was 3 people under that last live stream that asked me. And it's very important to do something as we get older. Even when you're young, if you do it young now, it makes it a whole lot easier as you get older. But, you know, no matter what, somebody's going to get triggered by that. And a couple of guys with disabilities were on there saying that I was putting them down. I wasn't. I'm just encouraging men especially to eat better, exercise, and just to take better care of yourself. Remember, I think it was on Brothers and Sisters in Thailand, I think Derek Castanara Sr. made the post. He said, if you don't spend time treating your wellness, you're going to spend time treating your illness. Health insurance is not health care, guys. I'm going to continue to say that over and over. You know, of course, we did the video today about, more money, more problems. And this is going to kind of fit into our live stream today. Do you benefit from sending money over here to women you're chatting online with? We can all answer that question, but you're never going to be able to answer the question as to why we do it. Everybody has their own reasons to justify it. I had no idea when I started traveling over here in Southeast Asia that it was a phenomenon. It really is a phenomenon over here. Armchair bros are sending a lot of money, so it affects the guys who are. But why not just wait until you get here? Then you both can benefit because you get nothing out of it. I don't care what anybody says. You get nothing out of it. There's Jacob Tanjay. Kevin Strong, what's up? Kamal says, hopefully Google won't buy them out. Yeah, and then I'll be buffering on both ends. Kevin Fly said, what's your advice if someone wants to stay overseas long-term? Visa process, living arrangements, and, of course, women. Well, it depends on where you're going to stay. Wherever you're going, you have to know that immigration situation. How long can I stay? Remember, we talked about that the other day, Kevin, about knowing your options. If you go to Vietnam, it's not a traditional retirement destination. It doesn't have a retirement visa. You can stay there 3 months, then go to Thailand. stay for 3 months. Come to the Philippines, stay up to 3 years on a tourist visa. But all that changes if you get married. You know, as far as living arrangements, you just got to get comfortable first. I would say come over here. Remember, give yourself some time, because when wherever you're going, you're going to be excited. You're going to be on that honeymoon period. That's when we spend all our money. That's when we make a lot of those rash decisions, a lot of them that come back and bite us. I would say just give yourself some time. And then, of course, women, that's all we talk about. You got to be able to you have to get yourself in order first, Casman, before you can even think about a woman. And this is what we're talking about today, because the script has been flipped on us. And to be honest with you, that ship sailed a long time ago. I know we're never going to flip that back. So I'm just going to talk about some things you can do to make your situation better, your outcomes better, wherever you're traveling around the world. It's too much working against us. These armchair bros, these people who are never coming to these places, they're the ones who cause us the most problems. That's our biggest defense. But you did have women last, which is good. I would get myself together first. Johnny S., what's up? He says, are you guys experiencing bad weather? Not here. Now, Kaz told me that they shut schools and businesses down in Manila because it was raining so hard. But that's what I always say. The Philippines is so spread out. Make sure you know where you're going. Make sure you know the weather patterns and the weather history, because it's different. We get a little rain at night, but not much. Golden Gate says, when's the last time you did karaoke, Angelo? What's up, Simplify? He says, I'm back. What's up, everybody? I wish Angelo Habib would tell us that story he told me about. He had an incident at the resort in Bohol. What's up, Tim West? Yeah, Angelo, more money, more problems. But let's get into this for a little while. The first thing I want to say, the reason why a lot of your girlfriends, and I'm talking about our girlfriends, the women we deal with, not all Filipino women, they don't like me, is because I've decoded this Filipino matrix. And that's why I talk about it all the time. I share all the information, all this inside information, because it's a matrix. If you look at the definition of a matrix, I just added words that are relative to this situation. It just says, what's the Filipino matrix? It's an online system generating a virtual reality in which men are deeply and firmly caught up in. It's artificial. It's insincere. It's a virtual reality on love and relationships, guys. It's insincere. It's not real. It's not natural. It's something they make up. Because at the end of the day, listen to this. A delusion, an illusion, and a lie are the same thing. And when you start sending money over here and listening to all these fantasies that they're cooking up, we get off on the wrong foot. He said, 3 years on a tourist visa in the Philippines, you got my interest, just not staying in Manila. Yeah, just make sure you got a reason to be here. Now, if you're going to be here for 3 years, you better have a girlfriend or something. You got to have a reason to be here. They're going to ask you now. What time is the travel? Said, Cal, I'm guilty. I sent a lot of money over the years, but the good thing, all the women was real and really single, and I got the tune up, but you right, Cal, it's stupid. Yeah, I mean, but look how expensive that was. What time is it, Travels? Taking care of a woman is something different than sending money over here. and then coming over here and getting the tune-up. And when I mean a woman in your care, I mean she's your living partner. You're married to her. You got children or something. The skin's in the game some kind of way. You're bringing her along with you. You're benefiting from every peso that you spend. That's the only way I would spend my money over here. It's 2024. We know better, but we keep on sending the money. It's the most expensive peep show in the world. But y'all still not telling me why you're doing it. Are you trying to be the savior, the Superman? Are you doing it for the sex? Are you trying to buy the woman? Are you trying to buy love? Well, it's not going to work. And look, I talk about all this stuff because we're the brunt of jokes over here. Okay, we're the butt of jokes. We're being made fun of. We're being laughed at behind our backs. You think that woman really appreciates what you're doing? She don't. She's laughing at you. I'm seeing it with my own eyes. It's crazy, man. That's why I talk about it. It's a Filipino matrix. We're going to talk about it. I don't have to do a video about it. We can talk about that. It's an illusion. A delusion. It's a lie. It's the same thing. They create this online virtual reality of love and relationships, and we fall into it, hook, line, and sinker. Most of us are spending just so many hundreds of thousands, millions of pesos without even seeing the woman. I mean, if y'all don't think that we need therapy, then you're in denial. You're fooling yourself. That lockdown did a number on us, man. Did a job on us, man, especially our thinking. What's up, Jacob Chanje? Said, thumbs up, crew. Show some love. Yeah, hit the like. Subscribe to the channel. Support the channel, man. Support this mission. Because you're not going to get this anywhere else. I'm sorry. You're just not going to get anywhere else. So you can take it for granted if you want to. Hey, hi, Tachi. I said, your daughter's Wonder Woman, so cute. Yeah, that was her birthday 2 years ago. They always have a theme. The Beach of Life says, I think the healthier you are, both mentally and physically, the easier it is to be in a position to flip that script. Yeah, see, you're right on the money, and that's part of it. We're going to get to that in just a minute, but you're exactly right. He said, hey, Cal, do you believe that crab barrel mentality existed before the 60s riots? I'm not sure. I wasn't back there, but just from reading Kamal, I know that we were a lot more together. When I grew up, I was born in 63, so I can remember when I was in the first grade. But I basically grew up in the 70s, and you could go next door to get a stick of butter, a couple of eggs or something like that. I knew everybody on both sides of the street. But now, when I moved to the Philippines in December 2018, I knew neither of my neighbors on either side of my house. People just, it's not the same anymore. He said, Filipino women scare me because they can be stalkers and controlling, but I think that's all women. I just get the vibe more from Filipinos. Well, that's just something that's part of the matrix. That online virtual reality of love and relationships. It's not real in most cases, guys. It's not real. It's not sincere, man. And this is what we got to break through. But it starts with, like Michael Beach of Life said, being mentally and physically in good shape. Taking better care of yourself. So let's get over here. But I'm just telling you now because I don't talk about the problem without offering some type of solution. Proceed with caution over here. Because one of the things is what we already talked about, knowing your options. Know everything it is that you possibly can about coming over here before you come. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. You know, it's almost embarrassing to talk about some of the things that go on here in Southeast Asia. without giving them an impression that you're discouraging people from coming over here. I'm not doing that because it's really a great place to be over here. But what are some things we can do to flip this script? The very first thing that you have to do is, and these ain't order as far as I'm concerned, is know your value. And I put a link in the description of the best ways to raise your low self-esteem. A lot of us who come over here, my self-esteem is at the bottom of the barrel. We just don't like ourselves. We think very little of ourselves. So if you're not there, then you're going to have a better chance of flipping the script, but you have to know your value. See, what we're being looked at and appreciated is for our monetary value only. She doesn't care how intelligent you are. It's just simply, does he have some money to take care of me? And that gets old after a while. So you want to do something that you want to get rid of that. But you're only going to get rid of that if you know your value. Now let's talk about some of the things that they talk about in that article, because y'all not going to read it. Because it says low self-esteem. This is powerful, man, and it's true. Can affect nearly every aspect of life, especially relationships. Okay? So this is how important it is for you to raise your low self-esteem, because that's why we let people run over top of us. We don't have a problem with it. Oh, as long as you see what James, oh, please, I'm so thankful I got somebody. You don't want to be in that situation. I'm sorry, and I'm not putting you down, James. I'm just saying you don't want to do that. She should be saying, oh, I'm so thankful. Knowing what I know, it's just, oh, I'm so thankful that he got on that plane and came over here. But here's one. Forgive yourself, they're saying. We all make mistakes. A lot of us, we can't, oh, you did this wrong, you did that wrong. And, your ex is quick to tell you all the wrong you did. Well, you got to forgive yourself and move on, man. That's the reason your self-esteem, you're living in the past. You can't live in the past. You got one foot in the past, one foot in the future, you're pissing on the day. Forgive yourself and keep going. Focus on the positive things about yourself. I put this in there. It's not in the... Because look at all the good you've done. You made it this far for a reason. We made it this far for a reason. You retired from the post office. You retired from the military. You had your own business for so many years. You raised your family. You bought a house. You got good credit and all of that. Focus on that, man. Know 100% what you're bringing to the table. It's a whole lot more than a damn paycheck. Excuse me. Hey, Knowles and Cisco, he said, but don't we all live 99% of the time in illusion? I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist. We're trying to flip this script over here. He said, when high cost of living in the West and the struggle to survive financially, it's crazy that people still send money to the Philippines. Yeah, but we all do it. I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just saying we have to stop. Because you're going to need that money. You know it, Angelo. You're over here. You need that money when you get here. But we're getting ahead of ourselves because that's the second thing. But we're trying to raise this low self-esteem we've got. And a lot of you guys aren't going to admit it, but that's why you're over here. Because you know how easy it is. You got that memo. 18 to 80. Blind, crippled, or crazy. See, you're selling yourself short. Oh, I just bring my $1,200 Social Security pension over here. I'll get me a damn piece. But what comes behind that? The disrespect, taking you for granted. Okay, because I'm going to tell you something about focusing on the positive thing. And I say this all the time. Feelings are not facts. The facts is, I'm 61. And no matter what my ex will say about me, I know what I've done. I know the good things I've done. And the bad things, I've forgiven myself a long time ago. If not, I wouldn't be sober. I'd still be drinking. I'd still be smoking. I'd still be trying to escape that. But now I can look the world in the eye today because I've forgiven myself. I know who I am today, a lot better. Okay, it says, be kind to yourself. You deserve the best. Spend some of that money on yourself. Matter of fact, spend it all on yourself since you earned it. Mr. Passport King says, flip it. Just remember they were surviving before they even heard or met you. That's right. That's what I said on the video today. But all of a sudden we slip into that because we're expecting something in return for that money. But we won't admit it. You're trying to buy the woman. You're buying love. You're buying attention. You're buying affection. Hell, love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Treat yourself better. Buy you something new. And then here's what Michael Beecher Light was talking about, which I stress all the time. Take better care of yourself. Eat better. Exercise. Read. This is what we need to do. What's up, Rom? Omega Zone. Angela said, Captain Save a hoe. Yeah, we all play that role. But the bottom line is, you're going to need that money when you get over here. You're certainly going to need it when you talk about this K-1 visa and spousal visa. Because the K-1 visa, I'm speaking from experience, is only the beginning, guys. When you bring a woman over there, that's just the beginning. Now you got to pay for the green card. Then you got to pay for the removal of the conditions. Then you got to pay for the citizenship. All that costs money, man. It's a whole lot more expensive than it was when I did it in 2013. They arrived in 2014. I'm talking to a guy today. It's just the beginning. Hey, Calvin Roach, thanks for that super chat. He said, action always speaks louder than words. Never go by what someone says. I finally learned that at my age. Thanks for the advice, Cal. You're welcome. And this on here, one of the things we have to do is verify that the person on the other end is who they say they are, Kesman. But we don't do it. We send money the first damn day we start chatting with these women. You don't know who the hell that is. You don't know who she is. Yeah, putting it on layaway. But take care of yourself. Take better care of yourself. You should see the pushback I got on that video. I did a workout video of all that. People making excuses and all that. Look, man, just do something. If you can't exercise, you certainly can eat better. Drink more water. Read more books. And this says right here, spend time with people who make you happy. It says don't waste time on people who don't treat you well. But if you got low self-esteem, you're going to allow people to take you for granted. You're going to let them step on you. As a matter of fact, the minute you get off the plane, you're going to come and lay down on the ground because you think you're doing something good. You're putting the needs of somebody else ahead of yours, man. You're going against the law of nature, guys. I hate to even talk like this with grown men, but it's pitiful over here. It's gotten that bad. It's really bad. I did not have a clue. Trust me, man. I'm not some psychologist or something. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. I had no idea. Man, men are really being treated badly in Southeast Asia, certainly, specifically the Philippines, where I am. Go on, Rompy twofold, man. If you think I'm playing, it's 2024. There's no way those type of stories should be still going on, but they are. They're increasing because of the low self-esteem. Because of the low self-esteem, guys. So it's just some things that you can do, because if you got low self-esteem, you don't need to be coming over here. I'm going to tell you now, you're going to get run through. They're going to take you through the ringer. They're going to take you for everything you got, and you're going to be a willing participant because you think so little of yourself. So know your value. It's the first thing we can do. The number 2 thing I got on her, stop sending money to undeserving people. That's the cardinal sin. What are these women doing to deserve your hard-earned money that you worked for all those years? She does not appreciate it. She's going out and squandering it, and she's laughing behind your back. I'm telling you that. Take it or leave it. You're not doing anything good. And all the money you give her, she's going to squander it. You might as well set fire to the damn money and throw it in the garbage. You're not doing anything. Michael Corleone said, do you live in the Philippines? You damn right. You think I'd be on here talking about it if I didn't? I'm not one of them clowns that live overseas somewhere in the United States and wherever talking about the Philippines. I'm boots on the ground. Period. End of story. I'm just tired of us being treated the way we are. I'm the only one that did the video, my amazing foreign husband, boyfriend, and how he changed my life. Go on YouTube and see if you find another video like that. You're not going to do it. I'm the one that's trying to open men's eyes, the men who want to be awakened. Some of us, there's no help. There's no help. There's no help, guys. Hey, he said, Calvin, I think the alternative is worse, being that the reality is that dudes aren't getting anything for free here. Well, because we're not willing to do the things there that you're willing to do the things here. And guess what? For strangers here, 8,000 miles away. That's just an excuse, man. I'm sorry. If we worked harder there, first of all, on yourself, make yourself more attractive so you can attract the people and the things into your life you desire. But no, we want to come over here where you don't have to do anything but leave with your wallet. Antonio, we're looking for the easiest off the way. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to lose weight. I don't have to eat better. I don't have to take better care of myself. I don't have to be smarter. All I got to do is have a paycheck and give it all to her. And like my life's going to be better. We already talked about that, the options, knowing your options. But you have to have all the information, though, for it to really be considered the right choice. How you know that America's not the best choice, a better choice than the Philippines? If you haven't given it all, if you haven't taken better care of yourself, made yourself more attractive. But we don't want to do that. If you're a fat slob over there with $1,200 a month, you don't have nothing coming. That's if you're not going to do anything, you're lazy, but you come over here and you can get it. But you're still the same person. We're talking about becoming better, man. Better men. So we can flip this script. You coming over here and people are it's only your monetary value that people respect. Bullshit, man. But you're right about this. Desperate men have no options. That's what I'm saying. The guy opened this up a few live streams ago. He said, yeah, I hear you. I want to get myself together before I start thinking about women. But I said, look, you get yourself together over there first. Don't come over here trying to get yourself together when you're going to be in a sea of women over here. You're not going to have to focus. Well, no, he said the Latino leaning Filipinos are bad. He said, well, we all have our preferences. But what difference does it make? If they all going to take you for every damn thing you got. Hey, TJ said, good morning, y'all. Managed to make one of these lives for the first time in a bit. Hope everyone is well. Hey, how's that Vietnam coming, man? Angela Habib says, maybe men send money because they feel needed, wanted by a cute female, which is contrast to feeling unwanted and unneeded by a Western woman. Well, want yourself, Angelo. This is what we're talking about. Only somebody with low self-esteem would think that way. Our self-esteem, it's not even on the Richter scale. It's below zero. I'm telling you what I'm seeing over here. And that's why men are flocking over here. They don't have to be better men. Just have money. And then they want to complain, oh, she using me. She disrespects me. She got somebody else. She's spending my money on a Filipino boyfriend. Yeah, because she respects him more than she respects you. You don't even respect yourself. But stop sending money. We're talking about, if you're new to the live stream, we're talking about what men should do, what we should do, not what you have to do, what you must do. See, that's one thing we got to get rid of. To flip this script back. Because it's all about them. And from my experience, women in Southeast Asia don't have a whole lot. The ones that we're dating, they don't have a pot to piss in or window to throw it out, but they're the ones setting the demands. They got you jumping through hoops, running around in circles, bending over backwards. We got to flip that back. What's up, Sir Ron Alot? He said, why do I sound so what? So passionate? Because I am. That's who I am. You must be new to my channel. Because you used to hearing that wah, 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 wah. That's what you're used to. That boring shit. But go on over there. And you get the nitty gritty here, dude. Come on, why you sound so this and that. Get out of here. What's up, Roger? Yeah, hit the like button. He said, flip the script by figuring out their economy, their job, how much they make, what they spend, etc. You can find all the stats on Philippine government website. But we're talking about getting ourselves together. We're not even talking about them. They're an afterthought around a lot because they're going to be there. They're waiting for you to get over here. But somebody done put something into their heads. Then now they're entitled. I need money. I need your money. Start sending it now. Even if you're not here. So you come over here, you spend a few weeks with the woman, you go back, now you're sending money. We ain't in the same household. We don't, if I'm not sending back to some child, this man, you're not getting a damn peso from me. I'm going to flip the script if nobody else is going to do it. Hey, younger man with an agenda, he said, love you, man. Hey, I love you back, bro. He said, keep on preaching. Yeah, I'm preaching today, man. I'm sorry. It's time for this shit to stop. And you're getting used when I don't feel sorry for you in 2024. But we can talk about the cardinal sin of all cardinal sins. If you're not here, get a job until I get back. That way you're going to appreciate the help I'm giving you. But I'll be damned if I'm going to go over there in America and be working my fingers to the bone. You sitting over here on your damn ass. That's going to stop. Get a job. Talking about it's expensive over here. This is what men are saying. You damn right when you're taking care of other people. It gets real expensive. Jacob Tanjay said, remember you are the prize. Don't fold your royal flush. But we don't know it because we got such low self-esteem that we let her, she's got a pair of deuces and a jack high. And it beats our royal flush because they bluff us. Okay, here's the next one. Okay, the first was know your value. We got low self-esteem, guys. You're greater than what the world's telling you you are. Stop listening to all that negative shit. Stop sending money. That's the cardinal sin. Number 3 is stand on business. Well, what does that mean, Cal? You hear that all the time. That's that hip stuff. It just says put your self-respect, your business, and your personal values first. Okay? Put your money where your mouth is. If you say something, then do it. Set some boundaries. lady, do not cross this line. If you do, you're gone. There was one on Robbie Tufo where the man that gave the woman $4 or $5 million. Now, while he's over in wherever he was from, he's a Westerner. She done got with another man, had a baby by the man, and he went back to her. See, she done crossed every damn boundary, and now he wants this damn money back. Hey, Lawrence, thanks for that super chat. You said, Cal, thanks for what you do. It's appreciated. Man, I appreciate you, man. Without y'all, it would be nothing, man. I'd be talking into the universe, man. Thank y'all for your support and just coming on here listening. Thank you, brother. I really, really appreciate that. But yeah, stand on your business, okay? Put your money where your mouth is. A good name is worth more than gold. But do you even have any boundaries? Or you just want a woman? That's all. You just want a woman. Okay, what's the next one I got on here? Know your options. See, we've already discussed this. But let me go back, okay, when it says stand on your business, where you set boundaries. See, when people always talk about, oh, just say no, right? I want you to say no to unrealistic requests and unrealistic demands. If a woman asks you to buy her a motorcycle, lady, are you crazy? You don't even have a license, first of all. Certainly not a car, certainly not a house or a lot, certainly not an iPhone 15X or whatever it is. No, that's an easy no. So just say no to unreasonable requests. The next one is know your options. We already talked about. Okay, you don't want to deal with me, then maybe the woman in Vietnam will deal with me or whatever it is. If I'm not welcome here, maybe I'll be welcome in Thailand or whatever it is. Remember, it's nothing outside of us we have to fix. It's us. Because wherever you go, there you are. Ram Omega Zone says, can never be 100%, Cal. There's always a percent that will make us unfocused. Yeah, but we're just saying, let's take care of the things we can take care of. Ram, the better off you are, physically and mentally, your self-esteem is high, the least likely it is somebody's going to be able to pull the wool over your eyes. But you coming over here, oh, thank you, Lord, for a woman, you in trouble. Okay, you're in trouble. I'm sorry. So Ronald says, don't talk to her like she's a teenager. You almost have to talk to them like a father. They will respect you for that. If they're really into you, you're probably a lot like their father. But see, that's true if they're into you. No matter, if they're not into you, no matter what you do for them, they're not going to respect you. They're not going to appreciate it. We're trying to get ourselves together. We want to lower the risk of being taken advantage of and used. But you got to know your options, man. We already talked about what determines your options and all of that. Go on that last live stream. But we have to learn to say no to unreasonable requests. If you can do that, that's going a long way. You know, you got to ask the tough questions, man. You're talking about getting involved with somebody way over here because these are not normal relationships. I don't care if you're young. I don't care if you got a small age gap. It's nothing normal about you dating a woman 8,000 miles away. That makes it abnormal right there. And you're paying for everything. And she don't work. Okay? You've retired her at 20. There's nothing normal about that, guys. But what we do is we convince ourselves that it's normal. we'll convince ourselves that we're responsible for taking care of her and her children and everybody else. Hey, Eric Powell, thanks for that super chat. He said, Proverbs 31:3 he says, give not your strength to women, nor that which destroyeth kings. He says, Western men have to stop pedalizing. Yeah, we put them on a pedestalizing women. The moment you put a woman first in your life, you've lost. This is a universal fact. That's right. This is what we're saying. This is what we're saying. And this is what we're doing, Eric Powell, because guess what? We think so low of ourselves. Be kind to yourself. Treat yourself better. Put yourself on a pedestal. Did you hear me say that before? I'm sure you have. But it is facts. If you don't work, you don't eat, Jacob Tanjay said. But I'm saying, look, lady, if I'm not here, then get a job and go back to work until I get back. That way you're going to appreciate my hard-earned money because they don't appreciate it. This guy's giving millions of pesos over here. The woman squanders it. Has nothing left. They don't have 2 pesos to rub together. That's your money. That's why they don't appreciate it. My sister told me that a long time ago. Because she used to get mad at me for asking her to use her car. She said, you're not going to treat my car the way I treat it. Because you didn't go out there. It's not your money that bought that car. And I always keep that in mind when people ask me to borrow stuff. They don't appreciate it because it wasn't their blood, sweat, and tears that brought it into existence. And that's what happens over here. But we certainly, of all the women now, if anybody else is on here that's in Central America, South America, are we being treated as badly around the world as we're being treated over here? I'm talking about as a whole, man. Men are disrespected in Southeast Asia. It's only for our monetary value that women even want us, man. That's an insult. But we don't think it's an insult because it's normal. It's become normal. We've normalized it. Well, I got to spend money anyway, you say. You're a damn fool. Well, spend it on yourself. I'm just telling you, man. But we'll convince ourselves that we're responsible for these women. You're not responsible for her. She was taking care of herself long before she met you. And you're not doing her any good by providing all her needs. He said, I remember during the pandemic, I used to say these same things and people would get upset and said I was being sexist and misogynist. But they're going to say it now. They're going to say it now. A lot of men, we're our worst enemy as far as men. That's why guys won't support my channel. Because they don't want to hear real life stuff. They want to stay in the matrix. The Filipino matrix, that Thai matrix, that Brazilian matrix. It's all artificial, guys. It's artificial. It's online virtual reality. It's what that is. It's not real. It's insincere. It's fake. And we buy into it hook, line, and sinker. Hey, Bronco Sunrise, thanks for that super chat. He said, I just love hearing common sense. Thank you. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. If we would just stop and think for a second. Hey, Booby. Let me see. Booby gets got for school. She made this. Good job, Boo. What is that? Yeah, the flag. But what flag is that? What country is that? I don't know. You do know. She said she don't know. Hey, W Secrets to Success Vlog. Thanks for that super sticker. And for anybody that don't know, Cal Deadman passed away. I'm waiting to see when the arrangements. And if it's somewhere near here, I'm going. If it's in Iloilo, I'm probably going to go. Calvin Flower said, people will take advantage of you if you have low self-worth. Remember, people will not treat you how you treat them. Yeah, but we take ourselves for granted. You can look at somebody's job and tell what their self-esteem and their self-worth, where it is. I got a friend, man, and I'm not putting anybody down. You get in where you fit in. But hell, he's 1 year older than me, and he's a dishwasher in Cincinnati, Ohio, and he really thinks he's doing something. But I'm not saying dishwashers are bad. I washed dishes, hell, in high school. But I'm just saying, low self-esteem, it says it right here. It affects every aspect of your life, especially relationships. All you got to do is look who you with. You were Big Shirley because it was easy. You didn't have to do nothing. It's the same way when we get over here. You don't have to do anything. Roger Lee, thanks for that super chat. He said, this is the flip, gentlemen. Happy husband. Fucking suck him. No more happy wife, happy life. Yeah, see, we're very easy to satisfy. But we're dealing with women who literally aren't bringing anything to the table, but they're setting all the demands and all the requirements. They fooled us. Man, we're jumping on these planes, man, because first of all, you got to spend all that money to get over here. And then when you get over here, you're like, man, this isn't even what I thought it was, because it's the Matrix. A delusion, an illusion, and a lie are the same things, no matter how you cut it. Eric Smith, thanks for that super chat. He said, much better off lining up a half dozen dates on Tinder or another site for the week you arrive. I did this in Vietnam with good success. See, that's knowing your options. Now you got options now. The women are the options. Now the ones you choose, they're the decisions. Hey, Kaz, thanks for the super chat. He said, give Booby some Jollibee. Thank you, brother. Hey, W Secrets to Success. He said, I'm just joining, but it sounds like Cal's talking about simping versus pimping. I don't even know what simping means, man. I mean, we paint everybody that makes bad decisions as a simp. But you can write that ship. And that's what Alex is saying. He says, is it bad in the Philippines for our West men? It's not. It's got it good, then the man's having it bad. They put us all in the same basket. This is what I'm trying to say. No, it's not bad. But men are being treated bad over here. Just open up your eyes. And you'll be treated bad too if you don't know what's going on, if you don't want to listen. And that's what's wrong with us. Cal can't tell me anything. Paul can't tell me nothing. Every man has a story, can't tell me nothing. I've been doing all this my whole life. But you never been to the Philippines. You don't know what to look for. You never been to Thailand.
Daddy,
What?
I like water.
You want water? Here. Well, tell Lola to open up that other water. Tell her open, no. Open up the other one, the new one. So no, it's not. We're trying to save men who want to be saved, Alex. That's all we're trying to do. Because far too many of us in 2024 are getting bowled over, man. Okay. Now this next one is pretty important. This will help you too. Verify. I got that down here. Make sure the person on that other end is who they say they are. Even before you start making promises, you don't even have to send money. But before you buy that expensive ass ticket and book that expensive ass hotel and all that, make sure that's who you think it is. To flip that, script, because that's what we're talking about, what we should do to flip the script back. Because there was a time when men were valued over here. Women were chomping at the bit for us. Now they're entitled now. That's like, there's another one coming down the pike. It's a lie. It's not true. But that's part of the matrix. They got you thinking that there's men tripping over themselves to get to her. It's not true, guys. It's only after you set her up in a position where she can be choosy is another man, or she can even have the patience or the wherewithal to sit around and wait for another man. That's what happened to the guy who spent the $5 million in Robbie Tupou. He had already made the woman financially stable. Now she's fooling around. Now she's looking around her other options. But before you help her, she don't have nothing. Hey, Eric Powell, thanks for that super chat. He said, simping is essentially treating a woman better than she treats you, to include hoping that she will one day like you the way you like her. Well, then that's what...
Can I go to your bed?
Can
I go to your bed?
Yeah, you can. She wants to lay down. You get up too early in the morning. But we want to flip the script back. We want to put it back to where it should be, where we're being valued. We're the ones who should be in demand. It's not enough. It's not like we're flocking over here.
It's the same as my flag.
Yes, the same as your flag. But they've got it flipped around. Like they're in demand. It's millions and millions and millions of women over here that's doing nothing, but just sitting around waiting for you to hit that notification bell. But you got to verify who that is, because it's a long way over here. Remember, we want better outcomes for our income in the Philippines and beyond. Wayne Jones says, haha, Alex, I have a nice Colombian wife for 12 years. He says, we lived in Colombia, brought her to the U.S. and educated her. Then the end came. Never bring them here, never. He said, that's 100% correct, 1,000% correct on simping. Yeah, that's the Webster definition of it. But low self-esteem sets it all in play. See, it's one thing that I know just from you being on her W Secret Success. I've seen it. When a man puts himself first, his experience over here is totally different. Your experience was totally different than 95% of the men that I come in contact with over here. You wasn't breathing down some woman's neck. You wasn't sitting there putting a woman on a pedestal. You stood on your business. You came here for the reasons you said you were coming here for. I just want to look around. I'm going to see if I like the place. Let me check out a few condominiums and different things like that. You stood on business. But most people, they don't do that. They're chasing these women over here, man. And until they stop doing that, we'll never flip the script. And then remember, that ship is already sailed, guys. We're not going to flip it. I'm just trying to help us have better outcomes. We're not going to flip that script. It'll be 1,000 years, because you got the armchair bros, the couch bros, the no passport bros. They're sending money over here, man. The peep shows and all that. He said they can see and smell the green Captain Sable hole pro hundreds of miles away. Yeah, but see, they think, believe it or not, Mr. Passport King, you're 100% correct. But they think we're all that man. Because you got to ask yourself, if you honest enough to ask your woman, and she's honest enough to give you a real answer, you ask her like, well, why in the world do you want to deal with me? I live on the other side of the planet. That can really get tricky. You know, why don't you date one of these Filipino men who has everything in common with you, number one, closer to your age? You really are, that's the word you can say, oh, yeah, that we are, what's the word? when you have so much in common. That's the only time they can really say that. He said, verify, my new motto. Yeah, we don't do it. He said, taking a Pesa to Southeast Asia is crazy work. The logistics alone, if she isn't your wife, are one thing, but even if she isn't, you're now both foreigners. Yeah. Right. Are you talking about bringing somebody over here with him? He says, they're not dumb. They know why men are there. But not all men. See, they treat us all the same. And that's the problem. Okay, they think everybody's a wimp, a simp, that's going to just lay down and give them all their money and everything like that. Meanwhile, there's 10,000 women over here that's going to do the same thing they're doing. That's the nitty gritty. But the script is never going to be flipped back. It's too much working against us. So we just want to put ourselves in a better situation to succeed. Wherever you're going. I put Southeast Asia, but I could put and beyond, but I don't have any real concrete proof that we're being treated as badly. Well, other than Colombia. Hell, they treating you bad over there. I mean, they putting you 6 feet under. I was just reading about the brother in Brazil, man. He was there his first night they killed him. Like, damn. I mean, his first night they killed him. He's a millionaire. Messing around with them knuckleheads, man. They done put something in his drink. He probably had a bad reaction. He probably, like the lady's house. I watched another video after that. It was a documentary. The lady probably put too much in his drink because that's what they hid this woman's face, and they was talking to a reporter, and she said, this little bitty rock right here is enough to put 3 people to sleep. And he said, do you think you've ever killed anybody? She said, I hope not, but probably so. Because if you put too much in the drink, you can kill them. But this guy was there for one night. But that's what happens when you come and chasing women. Or you come over here for women. What they call it? Aesthetic? Attraction? You know, when we're only looking on the outside. Somebody help me with that. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Colombia needs to get a handle on that. They're not, man. They talk about open air prostitution. See, this is about knowing your options. This is the reason why I'm afraid of South America. They doing, you know, we're getting treated bad over here. They're killing us financially, but they're literally killing you in South America. I haven't heard of many people having the drink spiked here. I'm pretty sure it happens. He said, money doesn't translate to common sense. That's right. I mean, but it's his first night. And the thing about it is the girl that he met, he just messed around and met the wrong one. Remember, verify, verify, verify. The friend left. He wasn't feeling good. They spiked his drink, but he left. And that's probably the only reason why he lived. But, I mean, is that a real friend, though? How you going to leave me, man? I'm in Brazil, you know, at least I got to have somebody's got my back. Yeah, the friend left, man. Yeah, and that guy was also married. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fentanyl, no, it was, you know, what they call it. Somebody help me what they call it. Scopamine or something. He said it's so easy to get a woman under control when you have what they want. Absolutely, but let me repeat it again, James Mack. I said it so many times. How when you give your leverage away? You give all your leverage away. So now why does she need to respect you? You've already sent 250,000 pesos over here before she ever meets you. Now she's in a position now where she can start looking around. You're giving all your leverage away. Yeah, we get unlucky, man. He said, Philippines is a better place to live than South America. Yeah, we're not putting the Philippines down. We're just saying that we got to right this ship, guys. There's no way you can push back and say that men aren't being trampled on over here. Yeah, we're being treated good, majority of us, but if one of us is being treated bad, then we're all being treated bad because they paint us all with the same brush. You're just a foreigner over here. I don't care if you're Chinese, they're all foreign. They don't say, oh, he's a Chinese, he's a black. You're a foreigner. And they expect the same thing from you that little Maria got from John down the street. That's the only reason they're on the dating site. We're way out now. It has nothing to do with love, man. It's a matrix they done put us in. That old online virtual reality of love and relationships. That's the Filipino matrix. It's fake. It's not sincere. It's a lie, yeah. Is it scopolamine? Is that how you pronounce it? He said, damn, they took him out his first day in the country. Yeah, he said, that's crazy. We have to be careful, fellas. They can move on from these decisions, but we can't if we're not careful. They caught the lady because, you know, they got CCTVs everywhere, and she has a history of doing that to men. I mean, like, damn, man, the man just wanted to come to Brazil. I guess he was in Brazil, Rio, I guess, just to have some fun, man. They're not playing. Okay, scopolamine. Okay, thank you, brother. He said, you're better off in Mexico, to be honest. Well, hell, if you don't have just the normal self-esteem, if you don't have your shit together, you're not going to be safe anywhere. You're not going to be better anywhere. That's what we're talking about on here. And that's the thing. That's the reason why we flock over here, Saran, a lot. Because you don't have to be nothing over here. I told you it's a certain type of expat that ends up here in Southeast Asia, man. He's either the worst of the worst or he's brilliant. There's no in between there. And that's what I've come to see over here. I mean, he's just a slime scumbag of the earth, or you're just a brilliant individual. There's nobody in between. But just because you're brilliant doesn't mean you can't be lazy and out of shape and have low self-esteem. I decoded it. So your girlfriend is not going to like me. She's not going to want you to look at my channel because she doesn't want you meeting 3 and 4 other women online and coming over here and actually being with 3 or 4 women. She's got this special power she's going to convince you that she's sure she's the one for you. That's bullshit. You better know your options. See? He says, rule number 3, do not raise her too high from the position that you found her. Well, hell, we do that before we even get over here. Imagine, okay, if you give a woman, let's just say 10,000 pesos. In your mind, you say, that's $180. Now it's 10,000 pesos. It's like you giving a woman in America $10,000. Okay, all things being equal, the degree of difficulty it's going to take a woman over here to get 10,000 pesos in her hand, cash. I mean, you know, it's hers. It's the same degree of difficulty as a woman in America come up with $10,000. Just a typical chicken head over there. But we don't look at it like that. So we already elevate them to a place that they've never even been before. See, the higher you go, the thinner the air. Just always remember that. She can't handle it up there. She can't breathe. She's giving all that money, cars, houses, and all that stuff. She's going to crumble, man. He said, that's That's it. She has to be on my program in person, not on freaking pen pal. Yeah, but welcome to the real world. He said in Medellin, a cool decade ago wasn't a social crisis then. Good times. Yeah, man. And if we don't put a handle on what's going on over here, I could easily see that happening over here. I could easily see that happening over here because we get unlucky over here. We don't get lucky, we get unlucky. And we stick our necks out so far over here, TJ, that if the women over here were truly bad and ruthless like they are there, man, the bodies, I mean, the landscape of the Philippines will be littered with our bodies. He said, yeah, I read about the brother today. I think he was from Brooklyn. Yeah, he wasn't a fool. Remember, you either a scumbag or you brilliant. But that doesn't mean you got the right level of self-esteem. Because if you did, dude, you got the amount of money, you can verify who's going to be on the other end when you get there. You acting like a Pookie and Ray Ray with millions of dollars. No way if I got millions of dollars like that, I'm going to deal with these old tramps out here in the street, that they're not going to verify that stuff for me. And I'm going to have a bodyguard. I'm going to make sure you who you say you are. And now he's dead. He said the internet and social media has made it easier nowadays for monetary support as opposed to the previous years when people had to actually go to the country. Men are hitting them up in their DMs. Yeah, this is what we're talking about, that Filipino matrix. It's that online system generating a virtual reality in which men are firmly and deeply rooted, man. They got us, man. We really believe in this stuff. That's why we're sending the money over here. We're calling them our girlfriends and fiancés and stuff like that. We come over here one time, go back home, and we still sending money back. Meanwhile, there's no telling what she's doing over here. Even if she's not doing anything. Lady, you don't deserve it. You're not my wife. I'm not responsible for your care. You're not under my care. If you are, then that's a different story. But we convince ourselves that we're responsible. We start feeling sorry for people who do not feel sorry for you. What's up, Passport X? He said, salute to the chat. Blizzard Brown said, you think Filipino vloggers getting money? Go check out some of the Colombian female vloggers. It's crazy. Yeah, that's why I was asking a question earlier. Are we being treated as badly around the world as we're being treated here? And I brought up Colombia. I'm pretty sure in Brazil, but I can't speak, from experience. But if men are getting run over around the world as they're getting run over here, there's horror stories upon horror stories over here. You wouldn't believe it unless you saw it with your own eyes. You're like, this is unbelievable. There's no way. But it is. It's happening far too much, man. And it puts us all in the line of sight, to be mowed down. TJ said, do you know Venezuelan women have the largest average natural bust on earth? As a result, breast envy is such that implants are a common graduation gift for the UMC if they haven't kicked in by then. Wow. It's becoming like the West Coast. Brothers got to check in before arriving. Yeah, especially if you go to a place that's known for that. See, this is what I'm saying. We're not listening. There's no way that a man should be getting his, what happened? Getting his drink spiked over there in Brazil and Colombia, man, as much as it's happening. But the same thing over here when I say there's no way with all the information that's out there that men should be losing money the way they are and getting scammed and all that. What's going on? This guy was a millionaire. But I'm saying as much as it happens over there, you would think he would have known better. Something's going on with us. He said, know how to manage your money. Philippines is a cash country. It is. Manage your time, manage your health, manage your money. Anywhere you go, certainly here. It's hot over here. The logistics of traveling is going to kick your butt. You really have to be in good shape over here. But people don't take you serious when you talk about that because you're asking them to do something. They don't want to do anything. They think, oh, I'm retired now. Yo, you retired from your job. You didn't retire from life. You've been sitting around doing nothing over there. You come over here to sit down and do nothing. You have to be better in a place like the Philippines than you are at home. The conveniences are lacking over here that you're used to there. Your life is not going to be easy over here. This is what you can't get through to people's minds. You got to get adjusted to it over here, acclimated. And it gets easier, but when you come over here, man, you got to go from being Pee Wee Herman in your country to Ronnie Coleman over here. And anybody that tells you anything different is lying. Some of the shit you're going to run into over here, man, only because you're in a different country. You're on a different hemisphere. You're on the other side of the earth. Look at the map. Look at the atlas. He said, they said the friend left after suspected food poisoning or otherwise fell ill, but I agree about real friends. Yeah, why leave, man? Don't leave me like that. He should have said, come on, man. Something ain't right. Let's get out of here. I don't know. He said, ironically, I started going to Colombia a bit over a decade ago because brothers were starting to ruin the DR for me. Also, you was a DR man too, huh, TJ? He said, yeah. He said, man actually watches with me, but her and I have been through all these hard topics. Yeah, remember, I'm not painting every woman with this. We're talking about the men, really. We're saying, how can we be better men? How can we have better outcomes wherever we go? And we talked about some stuff. I'm just saying, proceed with caution when you come over here. I've been treated well over here. I don't have any problem with the women over here. But it doesn't mean that I haven't had trouble, that I haven't stumbled over myself, because I have. He says the business here, don't hate, just know. Yeah. Thank you. R2C. Let's see. Frank Alice said 10,000 pesos is lifetime money for a Filipino. I wouldn't say lifetime, but I got that straight from Maryland because I said, what's considered a lot of money? I said, it's 10,000 pesos in your hand one time considered a lot of money? She said, absolutely. She said, very few people she knows can, generate just 10,000. It has 10,000 within arm's length. So, yeah, it is a lot of money, and it is. All you got to do is come over here and you see somebody's job, and they may earn 10,000 for the whole month, but they don't have anything left over. They borrowed from it. They got food. They got transportation, uniforms. They got rent. May have children or something. They got their family. But for that man to go to Brazil and die like that, see, this is why we got to have these type of conversations. Because people say, oh, y'all talk about the same stuff, man. Evidently, we don't talk about it enough. What we're talking about today, we could talk till you blue in the face, and it's still going to happen to somebody. But remember, repetition. That's how we learn as human beings. You didn't jump out of the womb driving a damn car. Okay, and even when you became 16 and you were able to drive, you didn't just jump behind that wheel, certainly without a stick shift and all of that. You had to do it over and over a few times. And that's what happened. W Secrets of Success, he said, what's going on in Colombia is cartel control related. For the local government not taking a stronger stance on the bullshit there. Yeah. And I think that's the reason why it doesn't happen here, because people here, they respect authority. If you can say whatever you want about the Philippines, but they respect authority over here. And I believe that's the only reason why it doesn't happen over here. Nick with Travis says, hello again, my brother, watching from Ocho Rios, Jamaica. Hey, thanks, brother, for stopping by. He said, hey, Cal, I got to visit you. When I visit, got to do one of your meet and greets, get together, man. You welcome. Come on, man. Because some guy messaged me the other day, he said it's just for couples. No, everybody's invited. I don't have to send you a personal invite. I had a guy got mad at me for that. I'm like, dude, once you knew I got a meet and greet, that's your invitation. He says, woo before the sun says, my sister-in-law earns $8,000 a month. Don't expect everyone gets paid the actual minimum wage. I'm sure she'd love to get $10,000 for sitting at home instead of 12-hour days, 6 days a week. But yeah, $10,000 is low. Thank you. Thank you for bearing witness, man. This is what I'm saying. You over there working your fingers to the bone. She's over here doing nothing, by the way. That $10,000 you're sending is much more than $10,000 because now she don't have to work for it. She don't have to work 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Well, not really the distance. It's just like W Secrets of Success said, the cartels are involved and the government's not doing more to stop it. Over here, Filipinos, they respect authority. Somebody has said, hands off these foreigners over here. Somebody said that. I mean, I guarantee that came from the top because, man, no, people don't bother you here. Excuse me. But we're just talking about this Filipino matrix that has flipped the script on us. They got us thinking that we need her more than she needs us. It can't be even. People always say, oh, fair exchange is no robbery. It's not even, man. You don't understand how they're thinking now. It's changed. You got just regular women over here thinking they running something. Like, lady, you need to sit down somewhere over there. You should be glad somebody's coming over to see you, laughing about us. Playing men, two ends against the middle, and all that kind of stuff because it's us. It's our low self-esteem. He said, night, folks. He said, right, folks that don't give a crap at all. If you're sending money, stop. Go to Vegas, hookers, cocaine, you'll have better odds. It's right. You're getting nothing. You're not benefiting at all from sending money to these women that you're chatting with online. If you're getting a peep show, big deal. It's the most expensive peep show on earth. And if you're going to give a woman 10,000 pesos over here for sex, that's like giving a woman $10,000 for sex in America. When we send money, I mean, what do we get in return for that? Yeah, compatible is the word. Thank you, Ricardo Evans. That's what I was looking for. See, a Filipino can only say she's compatible with a Filipino man. They have everything in common, but they got you thinking, oh, this is my soulmate. This is destiny. That's a word they like to use over here. Okay. And they'll have you convinced of it because you haven't done none of these 6 things over here. Number one, you don't know your value. You got low self-esteem. So they can tell you anything and you're going to believe it. You see him on here. Oh, thank you, Lord. I found me a woman. Really, man? You're headed for trouble unless you change your thinking, unless you get that together. She should be the one, oh, thank God that you came over here. all things being equal, if you look at her situation and yours. But our self-esteem is so low, guys. It's so low. We need therapy. We all need therapy. That's what the guy said to me the other day. Matter of fact, he's a therapist. I said, I certainly need therapy. How do you raise your self-esteem? Because it says low self-esteem can affect nearly every aspect of your life. And it does. From the people you hang around, your relationship, the woman you marry, the job you got, your neighborhood, all of that. Yeah, he said, oh, I hate it when my ex used to say that destiny stuff. Yeah, that's a word they use over here. They'll convince you it's destiny. And the only thing you're going to get out of it, you're going to have less money than when you started. That's all. Icy on YouTube, welcome Icy to the chat. She says, they'll tell you everything and you'll believe it. That made me laugh. Yeah, well, and then they're laughing too. Because it makes me mad when because you look at these women, they're so innocent looking. And then you realize what they're doing to some grown man who's really bought into their bullshit. They bought into their story. And then they're laughing about it. Making jokes about it. Okay, we're the butt of so many jokes over here. Okay, so we don't know our value. Stop sending money, he said. That's the cardinal sin. To undeserving people. It's not like, okay, I got to go back to the United States, take care of his business, but I left Maryland and the kids here. Of course, I'm going to send money. She's under my care. We're living partners. We got a daughter together. But if we don't have a daughter and I go back to the United States and she's left over here, she's got to go back to work until I get back. That way she's going to appreciate what I'm doing for her. This is why people don't appreciate what you're doing. They want more. So the next man that comes along, because there's going to be a next man, they're going to expect him to do what you were doing or more. So when the armchair bros who are never coming here, they're sending all that. Okay, remember Too Much Time on His Hands 65 makes the video about him and his girlfriend breaks up. Now she's doing lives, right? Telling everybody, oh, I'm single. These guys are throwing the bag at this young lady, man. This is what we're up against. So now every woman thinks that that's her. Okay? Yeah, if you leave, they're going to start throwing the bag at me. They expect that now. They're throwing the bag at this girl. Okay? Crazy. I don't want what you had. If I just know you've been with a woman, I don't want her. Okay? What I don't know won't hurt me. I don't want somebody else's woman. I'm sorry, man. And some of you guys are pitiful. But in all honesty, I know you out there. That's why we're talking about this right now. That ship has sailed. We'll never flip the script. You just better have your shit together so you'll have a better experience when you get over this way. Because that script will never be flipped back. You're seen for your monetary value only over here. Period. End of story. Nothing else matters to them. So trying to flip that script, we just trying to help men from being financially murdered over here. Because they're literally killing men. Whoever's the vloggers, and those guys are putting out information. DC Rob and all those guys, they're putting that information out there. We're not listening. It's like, he can't tell me nothing. I'm a grown man. I can go to Brazil and I know what to look for. I grew up in the hood and all that, man. They dropping over there like flies in Colombia, Brazil. And it's the same thing over here. They say, I ain't listening to Cal and all those guys. I can get on play. Those are nothing but little province girls and all that. I can handle it. And they end up committing financial suicide over here. He says, the humanitarian says she has to be worth it if I'm going to put on the payroll. Well, that's one of the things I got. Verify, verify, verify who she is. We're sending money to women we don't even know. Okay, let me give you a horror story. I hate to do it. A guy, he came to my meet and greet in St. Carlos City. He was a truck driver from Alabama. Sold all his land and everything over in America. Rescued the Filipino woman. She was an OFW. Okay. So she could be back with her kids. So he paid the bond or whatever it was, you know. And remember, he never met her. He never seen her before. He's doing all this. All the money that he got from selling his land in Alabama, he sends to the woman over here to buy land to build a house. Well, of course, she mismanaged it. He ended up sending $12 million. Guys, he was 61 when he sent the $12 million. His family and everybody told him, don't do it. He had never even seen the woman until he got over here, and she had mismanaged it. They're not married. The children, the 3 children she's got, 3 are not his. That shouldn't be happening. If you're watching channels like mine, 12 million, that would have lasted him for the rest of his life over here. And by the way, the house was not finished. Okay, so he said, hey, sell one of those plots of land so we can finish the house. Guess what she said? No. Who's going to take care of us if you die? It's a horror story, ladies and gentlemen. It shouldn't be happening. But it's because men aren't listening. And it's not going to happen to me. And then it happens to you. Yeah, he says, how you send a 12 million to a woman you ain't married to a man? Yeah, this is why we have these discussions. We need to talk about this really every day. It's a subject you can't talk enough about because it's not registering in people's minds. Why would you do that? It's like hitting the lottery over there. It's like giving a woman $12 million in America. She's not going to, the regular chicken head on the street, it's not going to be able to come up with $12 million. Okay, so the regular Filipino that we deal with online will never come up with $12 million. 12 million pesos. It's the same degree of difficulty. So just always keep that in your mind when you're sending this money over here like that. So now he's living in a house that's half finished. But he's a good guy. He's a great guy. And I hate to, I don't tell those stories anymore because it breaks my heart and it doesn't really do any good. Because all you got to do is go on Rafi Tufo and they're full of stories like that. And he reaches far more people than me. He said $213,000. Now, it was a lot more then. A couple of years ago, during the lockdown, when the peso was, hovering around 48 to 50 or something like that. It was a lot, man. He sent the bag over here to that woman who was a housekeeper overseas. Okay? That's all I'm saying. It doesn't mean that she's a bad person. But what that means is you got to manage that money. He says, or the guy who got there and the husband answered the door. Yeah, crazy. Now, I didn't hear that one, man. Tell us about that one. I didn't hear that one. Or the brother, black man, who comes to the Philippines, sent his whole life savings, by the way, to a woman he was talking to online. Never met her. Got to the airport, there was nobody there. Crickets. So he has a damn, either faked a stroke or had a stroke. I don't know which one it was. Whatever it was, the Filipino people had sympathy on him. Good thing he collapsed in Mactan and not Naia, because he'd still be there. But the mayor of Lapu Lapu said, no, we're going to help him. We're going to waive your hospital bills, and we're going to try to help you at the U.S. Embassy get back home. They never said how much it was, and then they're going to, now imagine, that you know how they fade his eyes out, right? But they still show his black ass face. Like, dude, you stupid. There's no way that should be happening, man. So y'all can say what you want to say about, we always talk about this stuff. Well, somebody's not getting the memo. He said sometimes the husband pretends to be the brother of the girl, and then the guys find out through jealous neighbors who tell them and expose it. Crazy stuff. Yeah. But I mean, now we did it. We said, know your value, raise your low self-esteem. Stop sending money. Okay. Stand on your business, man. Put your money where your mouth is. We talk all that tough stuff 8,000 miles away. But you don't live up to it when you get over here. Little Maria's waiting for you at the airport. It all goes out the window. Okay? And then instead of you having her in the palm of your hand, she's got you in the palm of her hand. She's running the show now. So stand on your business. Do what you say you're going to do. Set some boundaries. And if she crosses the boundaries, bye, lady. We just met each other. You crossing the boundaries already. Well, what are you talking about, Cal? What kind of boundaries? An unreasonable request. Don't ask me to buy you no car. Lady, you don't even have a decent pair of flip-flops if you want me to buy you an iPhone 15X. No, let's go to the store and I'll buy you some nice shoes and clothes and stuff. Okay? I'm just saying, let's keep the main thing the main thing. These unreasonable requests, guys, have to stop. That's the only time you need to be saying no. I'm not buying you an iPhone 15. You don't even have plumbing. Let's get that fixed. Okay? But we're not even talking about the women. We're talking about us. Okay? Because we get caught up in the Filipino matrix. So what's that, Cal? It's an online virtual reality of love and relationships. It's not real. It's fake. And she's probably doing it to 3 or 4 other men. It's insincere. It's not sincere, guys. That's why when you go broke, you don't get any sympathy. That man was lucky he collapsed in Moncton. Anywhere else, he's shit out of luck. Hey, Mr. Passport King, thank you, brother, for your support, man. I'm sorry we wasn't able to hook up when we were there in General Santos. He said, we don't really understand the struggle over here. Where, that's the 2-man tandem too. The couple tandem. That's what happened to the man who was sending all the money over here. Never saw the woman, but come to find out she's married with 2 children. You tell me her husband didn't know, like, lady, where are you getting all that money from? I think it was 260,000 pesos he sent the woman, and she's married with 2 kids. Because he didn't verify who the lady was. He said, happy wife drains wallets. Get him a cup of coffee. But see, we don't want to talk about the women, see? And we're going in that direction, so let's stop. We're saying, how do we flip the script? That's the reality. What they're doing, we're trying to flip the script, but it's never going to happen. That ship and sailed. What you got to do now is focus on yourself. Get yourself together so that you can have a better outcome, that you're not a victim over here. I mean, you don't want to start behind the 8 ball. Look, guys, it's going to cost you at least $2,000 just to come here. I'm talking about with the plane ticket, the food, and the hotel. At least $2,000. So you already behind $2,000. Now you done probably sent a grand or 2 before you even got here. You seen the guy, okay? And he's probably listening right now. Here's what he does. which there's no reason to do this when you got live streams like this. He sends the girl, okay, he's 70, by the way, and she's 19. Okay, now that would have been a good interview if I could have got them on here. He's from Kentucky, by the way, but he lives far from me. He sends the young girl 100,000 pesos, hold this until I get there. Like, what would you do that for? So he gets here, things don't work out, and he says, hey, give me my 100,000 back. She jumps out of the cab and takes off running. You ain't getting nothing back. Do you blame the woman? No, I blame him. The money was probably already gone. But this is the stupid stuff we do. You can't blame that on the woman. Yeah. Imagine now, he's 70. She's 19 with a baby. What's up, Michael? Alexander said, thanks for these lives to wake these guys up. Yeah, just the guys who want to be awakened. There's guys who are mad at me for doing live streams like this. They're angry because they want to guarantee that when they get over here, or the woman that they're with now is not doing them like that. But you'll never know until you know. Just Christian said there was a documentary about Angeles City. One of those women had a living boyfriend with kids from another man and still found her brother to get engaged to from America. The boyfriend agreed to. Yeah, or what about murder in the family? If you haven't seen that, see, that should be required viewing for every man who wants to come to the Philippines. It's called Murder in the Family, where the young, was he British, Australian, whatever it was, had a great job. I'm talking about, it happened in 2002. This guy was making big money then, big bank. He was maybe, I think he was 30 or 2 or something. The girl was 17, but he met her at the bar. So he wanted to rescue her from the bar, right? They have 2 kids, gives her a life she never dreamed of, giving her 50,000 pesos a month. In 2002, she got smart. I want it all. So she had a Filipino boyfriend kill the man. And she got caught. They gave her 40 years. That was 20 years ago. She still got 20. She gonna do every day here. But I don't know. They do have that 1 day for 1 day over here. So she may be getting out. She may be already out. What's up, Harry Shoulders? Yeah, it's a social media construct. That's right. That's what the Filipino matrix is. But I want to remind you that a delusion, an illusion, and a lie are the same thing. They're the same exact things. She don't love you. It's not real. Hey, Kevin, thanks for that super chat. He says, I'm not buying you an iPhone 15. You don't even have plumbing. Yeah, that's true. But these are unrealistic requests that are going to be put to you. And you trying to impress the woman. You're not even thinking about it. $53 shades darker, and he knows he's married now. But they were together how many years before y'all got married? 7? He says, wow, these dudes better check these girls out. They getting played big time. Yeah, but it's no excuse for that. You're exactly right, but how could that be happening now? If you haven't made it over here yet, and you've been watching just my channel, but there's so many channels out here putting y'all on to games that are being played over here. How could that possibly happen to you? If, number one, you verify before you spend anything, look, earn it. Do you even deserve it? Otherwise, you're just going on vacation with me. Because every peso I spend, I'm going to benefit some kind of way. I don't have that kind of money to give you for you to squander it. But there's no way the guy should be giving. The guy gave 12 million away. Okay, that's a lot of money, man, over here. You know, Icy says, coming with each and everyone's baggages in a country that isn't the same as yours doesn't seem to work. It can start a bitter life path, I noticed. Not everyone, of course. Of course. But this is what we're saying, Icy. You're exactly right. Let's get ourselves together first. That's what this live stream is about. It's not about the women in Southeast Asia and beyond. It's about us. If we get ourselves in order, we run a smaller risk of getting scammed or fooled or tricked. But this is what we don't do. This is the reason, I see, why men flock to Southeast Asia, because they don't know, they know they don't have to do anything. All they have to do is bring their wallet. They don't have to lose weight. They don't have to eat better. They don't have to have a college degree. They only have to take a bath, really. Just bring your wallet with you, and everything else is going to work out. Well, see, as long as we have that attitude, nothing's going to change. They're only going to see us for our monetary value. People are in denial. They're over here, they're married, and they think, oh, she's with you because of what you got and what you can do for her. You've raised her level of living to so high that she never even dreamed that high. But yeah, we don't do it. We don't take care of ourselves first. That's why people run over here, because 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy is in full effect over here. And we're okay with it. That's why I keep saying that ship has sailed. We'll never flip the script back, because that's an ingenious plot right there. Just come over here. We don't care what you look like, how much you weigh. Just bring your damn money. So hell, they can't fly enough planes over here. That's a lazy man's dream. It's a lazy man's dream. But if you come over here, you got your shit together. Your leverage is not only, that's your money is your leverage. That's, if nothing else works, that should be your last resort. If that's why you're coming over here. But no, they running over here, man. They're flocking over here. Yeah, he said 2,000 air flight. Yeah. He said, sorry, brother, I was referring to women in the United States who are spoiled and entitled and often 50 pounds overweight. Yeah, well, what's happening over here is the women they're spoiled. They're becoming spoiled, entitled, and they're 50 pounds underweight. You're not going to see Big Shirley till you start spoiling and treating her good. And then especially take her back to the United States. She's going to blow up like a damn balloon. He says, you don't even speak the language. How are you going to verify anything? Well, I mean, if you hang around long enough, Robert, you're going to know everything you need to know about the woman. But we don't hang around long enough. We come over here for 2 weeks and we go right back and do the paperwork. I was just talking to my buddy today. I won't even say his name. I consider him a friend. He sat at my damn kitchen table. Okay? He came over here for 3 weeks. Now, all of a sudden, he's starting the paperwork. And I was talking to him today like, dude, what are you doing? You should know better. Mopar, thanks for that super chat. He says, I'm coming in November. Flight was 5.5 thousand. Wow. Plus 1,000 for a domestic flight. And hotel transportation for a month. Oh, 3,000. Okay, health insurance is 8. Oh, okay. You're talking about all together, yeah. It's my first trip, so I wanted the best experience. Yeah, and that's good. And that's good. Create some memories, man. Don't cheat yourself. Remember, treat yourself to the finer things in life. I don't blame you. I spent my initial trip to the Philippines was only for 1 week. That's how little I knew about the Philippines. I didn't know the hell I was going to spend one of those days traveling. to get here. A full day, by the way. All right. It's crazy. But I spent $2,500, man. 2009. They put me in not the Hyatt Regency, the something Regency here, a nice hotel, and Korean Air. But that was it. That wasn't my food and the trick money, because everywhere I went, she went. I was probably out about, for those 2 weeks, I was probably out about 4,500, something like that. Close to 5,000. And I was here. He said the whole village was eating Jollibee for a month. He said, you can get some ass here for $80. What'd you say, $80? Damn, it went up. Trying to impress her with money, and that's what we do. And if you want to go that route, you don't have to spend that much money. But we don't know any better because you don't respect the peso economy. You haven't done your research. You don't know that 10,000 pesos is 10,000 pesos over here. It's not $180. He said, blaming our problems on everyone else instead of getting our own shit together. Yeah, that's the problem. So we can have these discussions every single day. That's why I'm trying to move my channel in that direction where put the focus on us. Stop putting the focus on the women because it's not really their fault. They're doing what they were told, what they've been taught. And they're getting away with what we let them get away with. It's not her fault that you got low self-esteem. And every time she asks you for something, you're sending it over here. You saw the man on the last live stream. He was giving her $1,500 for medicine for the baby. Then it went up to $3,000 to $5,000. I'm like, well, what's wrong with the baby? The baby got cancer? Why you need all this money, lady? For medicine. What kind of medicine you giving that baby? All of a sudden, it went from $1,500 to $5,000. What kind of medicine you giving her? He said, damn. He said, hold that to someone in a third world country. Yeah, $100,000. That's not including the money he spent when he got here, but they had an argument, and they're in a taxi. He said, well, just give me my $100,000 and we'll call it quits. She jumped out of the taxi, knowing good and well. But why would anybody watching my live stream right now do that? If you do it, it's your problem. You want to do it. We're already telling you not to do it. It's your fault. She's going to sit there and act like, oh, I don't want it. You don't see, you don't. She got one hand with her fingers crossed behind her back. Please let him send that damn money. Because the smart women here, they're not going to ask you for a damn dime. They don't have to. He said, I always wonder about Western women. I'm pretty sure there's still a lot of same ones. I met good couples in the States. I just think people are becoming delusional. Delulu, he says. She says, Charat. Yeah, but it's true. This is what we were already saying. When the guy says, oh, when I said, about spending money over here, he says, well, the alternative is to be in America. I said, yeah, because you're not attractive enough to get the women and to attract the things and the people into your life that you want. So you flock over here where you don't have to be attractive. Your money is the magnet that attracts the women, not you. Because there's good women over there. Because that's what women are saying to you now. Oh, they think that, that we can't get a woman in our country. That's why we're over here. So they're using that against us. And if you didn't know, you know now. Oh, you only over here. You should be happy you got me. You can't get a woman like me over there. Well, how do you know? You never been to America before. You never been to England, France, or wherever it is. But this is what we've created. We've created that. They didn't. We did. Like I said, the guy came on there and was talking about the breakup. And the girl started doing live streams. They know she's broke up. She said that magic word, I'm single. Shit. If y'all don't believe me, man, any Filipino vlogger online right now that has a YouTube channel, it doesn't matter. The smallest one, all the way up to the biggest one. Go in her comments if you think that we'll ever be able to flip that script back. And you're going to see just like I've seen. You're not going to be able to do it. The thirst is real. I mean, what did he say? When you put them on a pedestal, pedestalizing them, we put them way up there. They don't even think that highly of themselves. That's why when you tell them, yeah, you're beautiful, they don't believe it. Hey, Eric, thanks for that super chat. He said the audio book you released last year or so should be required reading. I'm looking forward to a new addition to the series. Thank you. But this murder in the family, if you're thinking about coming over here, man, this girl was attractive looking. But the mother, Icy, is a Western woman. You know, she's using those woman and motherly instincts. The antennas went up immediately. Okay, she's seeing stuff that the son's not seeing. They're at the beach, the girl's off in the cut somewhere, texting and talking to somebody on the phone repeatedly. And she ended up killing her son, and this lady could not sleep. I'm getting justice for my son. If it wasn't for her, they would have never got caught. So yeah, it's good Western women over there. But we want the easy, softer way, Icy. You know, we want that 18 to 80 contract. What are I saying? Because I don't want to lose weight. I don't want to eat better. I don't want to take better care of myself. I just want to be the old, lazy scumbag that I've become. But I want a damn piece. So where are you going to get that? Other than Southeast Asia. That's the only place you can go where you're going to get that. So that's what they're doing. They're flocking over here because of that. They don't watch. If you do a workout video, they're not going to watch it. They don't want to do anything. They don't want any self-improvement. They think that the trophy wife or girlfriend is going to make them look better. He says, I couldn't do it. If I was a looking man, she would have to maybe just have one young child, no more than 5 years old, if any. Some of these girls have 4 to 5. No way, Jose. I see this all day. Not all. But you see it more than what you should. Just like the guy says, hey, you can buy a piece of ass for $80 over here. Or you can have a single mother over there with 5 kids. I've got a friend over here, and I consider him a friend. His girlfriend has got 6 children. 7 because she's raising a family member. It doesn't bother him. But he's just one. Hey, Jeff. He said, well, hello. I was just watching. What are you talking, Rio? Well, yeah, the guy got killed. First night in Rio, by the way, with that, how you pronounce that again, Eric? But you would think in 2024, with all those guys getting robbed and beat and killed using that same scopolamine, is that what it was? That there shouldn't be one other person getting tricked that way. But I'll be damned, this guy, he's supposed to be a millionaire. A brother, go to Brazil and gets killed his first night. The very first night. That shouldn't happen, man. It's too much information out there. The same over here. We're getting financially murdered over here. Yeah, we're getting financially murdered, committing financial suicide over here. And then we want to say the woman scams you. Mopar, thanks for that super chat. He says, crazy how many men want to go behind Kevin to pay for Jenna Lynn. Yeah, too many thirsty foreigners willing to accept public, acknowledge sloppy seconds. I don't want your woman. I don't care what she looks like. I don't care how good she looks. Because a lot of us, we have no standards. We have no boundaries. Remember, one of the things to help you have a better experience here is to stand on business. Set some boundaries. It says right here, what stand on business mean? Because you know you hear it all the time. It says put your self-respect, your business, and personal values first. Put your money where your mouth is. And that has you have no self-respect. If you know this man, you know, here I am. I know him. I've sat down. He's ate food at my table, stayed in my guest house. We went out with them several times. I would have no self-respect if I went after his woman knowing they just broke up. But remember, these are armchair bros. These are couch bros, Mopar, that are doing this. Because the guy sent her $100, and then he says, can I meet you when I come to the Philippines? And she said, yeah, but you got to show me some respect. You know, playing along with these guys, man. He's already in the Filipino matrix. When he sent that 100, this is getting my foot in the door. You know, food. Hey, Jeff Whistler, thanks and welcome to the Sunshine Shoulders community. We'll have our Sunshine Shoulders live, members only live stream on Friday. It's supposed to have been Wednesday, but we were supposed to go to Cebu and didn't go. He said that was a cold-blooded documentary. It was. Now imagine this guy, man. I don't know if he could have did any more for this young woman than he did. He rescued her from the bar, took care of the family tremendously. I mean, it wasn't nothing that the family wanted. If I'm not mistaken, he built the mother a house. They had the only concrete house in the whole area where she lived in Samar. Because Samar is like the poorest part of the Philippines, according to the Philippine Statistic Authority. That's why when you go to Angeles City, a lot of those women are from Samar. They're beautiful. Did all of that. Big diamond ring, everything. 2 beautiful kids. And was giving the woman 50,000 pesos a month. That wasn't enough, though, for her. She wanted it all. Man. Oh, he was on the USS Nimitz. Wow, 83 to 87. Well, hell, y'all used to pull up sometimes in Norfolk. I'm almost sure you did, because I was on the Kennedy. I was on the Kennedy in 83 and 84. He said, the average man and woman in America is good. We always focus on the very best or the very worst and ignore the large majority in the middle. That's right. There's good women over there. Everybody's not trying to. There are real passport bros out there. Men who just want to travel and see the world. I don't know what you would call the men who travel just for women. You know, I don't want to say they're sex pats, because they're not that really. They're somewhere in between a sex pat and a passport bro. But there's real passport bros out here, because there's good women over there. They're not chasing women. But the majority of people that watch my channel and these channels in Philippines and Southeast Asia, they're coming over here for a woman, which now when you look at it, Hindsight's always 2020. You say, man, that's crazy. Why would you do that? Especially when you don't have all the information. There's good women over here. If it wasn't, the landscape would be littered with our bodies. We get unlucky over here. We don't get lucky because Filipino women are good women, but I don't think there's no reason for you to come over here. I promise you guys, I'm not trying to be the exception. I was just crazy when I came over here in 2009. I had lost 6 members of my family, men, by the way, from the age of 4 to 50, 6 in an 8-month period. I was trying to escape. I promise you, I didn't come over here for a woman. I didn't even come over here. I had no ideas of ever even retiring or living here or anything. I just said, let me get as far away from the United States as I possibly can without going to North Korea. And it was the Philippines where I kind of felt safe. I'd heard a lot about it. But now, when you tell guys, hey, man, don't come over here for a woman, it may not turn out the way you want it to turn out. They're not listening. That's their sole purpose. And she knows it. That's their sole purpose, and she knows it. So then they say, oh, well, how are these women becoming so entitled because of that? They know that. He said, but the stupid ones aren't smart enough to take your advice. But yeah, it's the messenger. It's not the message. So they'll suffer because I'm not listening to him or whoever it is. Because I'm not the only one on here. They're giving out good information. If you listen to that Too Much Time on My Hands video, man, he's giving you a lot of information about what's probably going to happen to you over here. He had a good relationship, he thought. A good woman, he said it himself, he loved her. And now she's in immigration, trying to get him in trouble. But you're not listening to that. It never ends well. I'm telling you from experience. I changed my wife's life. Man, we talk about this all the time. And you know what? She slid that in there, though. She wanted to put me on notice. You know, I can cause you a lot of trouble over there if I want to. I'm like, well, why would you want to, lady? You in America living a life you never even knew existed. You escaped, okay, from your hell, okay? But now all of a sudden, you can cause me problems over here? Well, what did I do to you? The woman you're laying next to right now can be your worst enemy, and it's probably gonna be when you leave if it doesn't work out. And guess what? Here's what they'll tell you. We don't want you doing that to another Filipino. Oh, really? None of your business. Hey, Spro. What's I? Just know that's part of the options is getting all the information. See, I'm tired of living on luck, man. I'm tired of living on that the luck of the draw. I deserve better than that, man. You know, I'm just saying. Hell with that. I'm in the 4th quarter. I'm a verify. I'm not going to be operating on the luck of the draw no more. I'm sorry, man. I'm not going to deal with that. You better be who you say you are. I'm the hell out of there. I'm not going to sit around and wait for the shit to blow up on me. Yeah, there's a lot of good women over there. Every woman over there, that's why they talk about the modern woman. But they do the same thing over here. They paint every woman over here as this good traditional woman, or you don't have anything to be worried about. When no, what about all the people in the middle? Just like Blizzard Abroad is talking about. He says, I think a lot of us had it so rough that we fall for the honey trap out of desperation. Well, I think you're telling the truth. But that's all a part of what we're talking about. Don't let yourself get that desperate over there. Just like Michael Alexander said, hell, spend that $80 if you have to. I'd rather spend $80 than $80,000 over here. Don't get that desperate, man. Don't get that lonely. Don't let yourself get that, because I tell you, those are the ones that have trouble over here. Because remember, they already think they know your story. You're lonely, you're desperate, you can't get a woman there. I'm the best thing you ever had. Why do they think that? Because we tell them that over and over and over. When the whole world tells you that, you start believing it. Hey, Bronco Surprise, thanks for that super chat. He says, I had to twice, man. Thank you. Keep speaking. You're welcome, man. We can talk about this every day of the week if it's going to save one person. The problem is it's not going to happen to me. Sunshine Shoulders can't tell me nothing. Old Dog New Tricks can't tell me nothing. None of you guys can tell me anything. I did 25 years in the military. I'm tough. I drove over the road and owned my own business for 20 years. You can't tell me nothing. There's no way a little province girl is going to run circles around me. And then you end up losing your life savings. He said, what's the name of the documentary Calvin mentioned? Anyone remember? Yeah, it's called Murder in the Family. Where the little Filipino woman had her husband killed. And the only reason they got caught is because the mother said, I'll be damned. I saw what my son did for you. You ungrateful. Not only did she do that, but the mother came and got the kids. They're in Britain now. The mother was no joke. You ain't gonna kill my son and get away with it, because it was a cold case, man. The mother could not sleep because she knew the woman had something to do with it. He said, you're right, Cal. I saw a live stream who got sent 200. She was so ecstatic saying this is more money than she makes in a month. Yeah. It's nothing wrong with supporting these channels, but I'm telling you guys what we're up against when it comes to flipping the script. And whoever sent her that 200 probably will never come over here. Probably didn't get any good information. But like I told you, I dare you to go on these Filipino vloggers, and I'm not putting them down. They're doing what they need to do. I'm not even talking about the videos they're putting out. I'm talking about going to the comment section. Okay? They cannot do anything wrong, man. We put them on a pedestal. I mean, it's crazy when you read the stuff. You be like, man, this isn't real. But it's real. It's that bad. He said 7 to the 19 is 2 generations. Yeah. But depending on what channel you watching, it's not. And remember, he knows he can get that over here. He can get that kind of work over here. That's why he comes. He says Filipino guys are not supporting Filipino girlfriends. Well, remember, we're not going to paint everybody, because that's not true. Hell, some of these guys over here got it going on, man. We can't say that. But that's not true. The guy who built my house, man, he's rich. And his wife. I mean, a lot of these guys are like that, man. You remember, it's 110 million people over here. Even if you say 20% of them are standing on business and taking care of business, it's 20 million. But it's more than that. We just don't see enough. He said they're not supporting their families. They are. He said, we're the cash cow. They only see us for our monetary value. We don't have to court them because you got the wallet. If you're a Filipino over here, you got to court them. They want to get to know the man. Who is this dating our daughter? There's culture over here. But they throw it out the window depending on who it is. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about the ones we deal with. And they say, okay, well, we'll meet him after. He done dug all up in you and y'all done went to Baraka and all that stuff. It's okay because he got the wallet, but no, if you're a Filipino man, they're going to take you through the ringer. Yeah, he said, just bring your wallet and everything will follow. He said, we're trying to speak to those men, but they're not listening. But we got to keep on because somebody's listening. If we can save a few of them. But there's no way in hell in 2024 you should be having your drink spiked over in Brazil and Colombia. That's ridiculous. There's no way in 2024 you're supposed to be over here sending money to some woman over here you never met before. Taking care of a woman that you never met before. Spending millions of pesos on women you never met before. We need therapy, guys. Because you may not admit it, and you may still be in denial. Those lockdowns did a number on us. And then when we came to, when they opened up the gates, guys flocked over here, man. I mean, it's like a stampede. He said, I've been shitting and showering in an outhouse for over a month, managing my house bill. You better get your shit together. Yeah, you better. They don't know what's over here, though. They're looking at these vloggers who got the bag now. They're not showing you their life, though. They're not even telling you what their life was like before they came on the YouTube. They clean it up, man. You're not getting all the information. So you're not getting informed. So you're not going to be able to make an informed decision. But it don't matter to you. I went in the comments of, okay, July. Now, July, if you're watching your boyfriend, I'm not talking about anything. You're doing what you're doing. You got a good channel. You're growing. If I were you, I'd do the same thing. But if you go in the comments and read it, man, it's like crazy. Like, come on, guys. I mean, hold your horses, man. I mean, because they got some bikinis on and she's interviewing some woman and, they playing pool with the bikinis on. And these guys are just lost their mind over here. These are the ones that have forever flipped that script. They're going to keep that script where it is, where we're in demand. We're entitled. You're nothing. You got to come over here to get a woman. We only want you for your monetary value. Nothing else matters. And that's how it's going to stay like that. Yeah, it's going to stay like that. Yeah, don't be delusional. He said, Jennifer Terry had vital information. Her niche is up now. Yeah, see. And now she doesn't want to sell her soul. I don't blame her. But that goes to show you all women, we can't paint all women with that brush. Because there's good women over here. Yeah, she had a hell of a channel. But now it's like the gates is open. Now what you going to tell us? She needs to go back to the lab and come up with something because people are watching her. Remember, she's a woman. Oh, they got a script. He said, find an uneducated chick that can't write. That way she don't have a script. It's just, they memorized that damn script. Okay, I've never dealt with a woman over here that did not follow that script. Every last one of them. But remember, it's not about the woman. It's about you. I told you about the script, so you got to take that information and do something with it. Don't act like you don't know it's a script. Don't act like, oh yeah, well, she's the exception. No, that script is chiseled in stone. It's not going to vary at all. He says, I met a guy on the plane that fell for all that, and I wanted to tell him, but he was lost in the sauce. Yeah, they're lost. They're going to get mad at you. Remember I told you my friend Gerald Muhammad, he said, Cal, you giving too much truth. He said, people are going to get mad at you. He said, it's like somebody in a dark room eating what they think is spaghetti. You turned on the light and they found out they're eating worms, and they're going to get mad at you for that. And that's what's going to happen to you when you try to tell guys this stuff, but you got to tell it anyway. And then they'll say, oh, women ain't like that. You're right, they're not. But I can tell you what all of them is about. It's about your monetary value. That's what determines your value over here. You know, because they talk about, oh, they like white guys. They like black guys. They like Korean guys. And now it's all about monetary value. If you don't have no money, you have no value over here. So that's what, remember we were talking about last live stream, it's like, well, what determines a person's value? I mean, a person's options. Guess what number one was? Money. So you don't have any options over here. Stop showing up over here and thinking that the woman wants you for your good looks and intelligence. Oh, I'm a blonde hair, blue-eyed man. So what? You got the bag. If not, move on somewhere. I'm going to the guy over here, the 72-year-old man. Studying you. You better have some money over here. Yeah, my woman's different. Yeah, it don't matter your race. Don't care what you look like. You can be over here Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber better have that bag. He better be spending that money too. And a lot of them want the money in advance. That's an unrealistic, unreasonable request. That's an unreasonable request if a woman asks you to send her money before you ever met her. That's how you have a better outcome over here. Bullshit. I want to see that thing is real. Is it even worth 10,000 pesos? All that loose pussy that's going on out here in the world. I'll be damned if I'm going to spend 10,000 for that. Can't get no traction or nothing. You better be who you say you are. That's unreasonable request to send you some money before I ever met you. But they get mad at you when you talk real talk like that. That's unreasonable request. And that's all, because guys say, learn how to say no. You can't say no to everything. When the electric bill came the other day, I can't say no to that. But I can say no to the unreasonable request. And if you're in a situation where that's all she's got is unreasonable request, dude, you need to get out of there. If you somewhere where you constantly saying no, man, that's a red flag. You shouldn't be saying no all day long, every damn day. He said, Cal, you have an 18-year-old daughter. She has enjoyed an upper middle class lifestyle. She would have no interest in a man even twice her age. Also, you wouldn't allow it. True or false? Well, here's the thing. As far as her dating life, we stay away from that. But the fact that she still has dreams, that's what's going to keep her away from us. There's a different woman that we're dealing with. A lot of the women who are on those dating sites, they don't have any more dreams. Okay? Period, end of story. But remember, it's only a small percentage of women on those dating sites. Most of the women over here that you see, they're working, they're going to college, they're trying to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps. They're not looking at a foreigner. They would never think to date a foreigner. And that's how she is, because she's grown up here where all her needs are being met. So she don't need you. Okay, she really, if she meets a man, it's really gonna be based on his character. And whether or not he's got dreams and whether or not he's a decent human being. But the women we're dealing with, none of that counts. So yeah, you're right. But as far as her dating, I promise you guys, we have nothing to do with her dating life. If she were to date a foreign man, what could I do? I couldn't do nothing about it. But she's got dreams. Okay? She wants to be a nurse. You have no idea how many women actually get out of here on their own. And a lot of it's through the healthcare field. Right now, as we speak, is 100,000 applications pending for healthcare workers coming from the Philippines to America. So they're not on the dating site. It's a different type of woman on that dating site, guys. There's a difference between an 18-year-old like our daughter and an 18-year-old from the province who dropped out of high school, never went to college, not because she's not smart enough or intelligent enough. Her family don't have the money to send her. Now she's tired of working at the bus terminal and sweeping the mall, cleaning up the mall 10, 12 hours a day for that little money. So little Maria down the street got a foreigner, got a new motorcycle, got all the new phones, the new gadgets and everything like that. Well, how'd you get that? Well, I got a foreign boyfriend. You know, a lot of women over here see us as a way out, but it's only a small percentage of the women, guys. Most of these women would never think to date you. And my daughter's one of them. And that's the reason why. Because she doesn't need you for your money. She's got me. That's just the truth. Hey, Mopar, thanks for that super chat. He says, Kevin messed up letting her make money in the stocks. She panicked when he asked her for a break with money in her account. He should have just gave an allowance. You can't westernize them like that. Well, I don't think that had anything to do with it. I think, according to him, he said that when he heard her say she's single, that's when things went off the track. Because he asked her for a break because he said they wasn't getting along. According to him, Mopar. And he said, well, let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll see how things are. Because sometimes you need a break. But when he saw a friend of his, he said, saw her live. He said, she's on there saying she's single. And he went back and watched it. He said, that's when things got kind of spicy. According to him, I know what the problem is. She wanted to come back, he said. And he said, no. Well, see, now she's locked out. Oh, I can't have my way. You spoiled me. You gave me my way the whole time. Now you're telling me, no, I can't have my way. Okay, I'm going to show you. It's all about revenge now. That's what happened. Because, believe it or not, she won't be investing any more money because she don't have it to invest. That was his money. He was doing a lot for that young lady, man. And like I said, I know them. I consider both of them friends of mine. You know, but if you go back and listen to that vlog, he's helping a lot of men. He's telling y'all what you're stepping into if you're not careful. But you're not listening. Guys are trying to go behind his back and get the woman now. Yeah, she says, all wise men or women out there just sharing knowledge and wisdom, but it's not one size fits for all. Same as fitness. That's right. But the basic stuff, though, is what I'm talking about, is get your life together. There's nothing outside of you is going to make you happy, Icy. Okay, you're sending money over here to women who really don't appreciate it. How can you appreciate it when you didn't work for it? And it's become expected. You can't argue about that. That is one size fits all right there. We're just giving general knowledge of things that can make their trip over here or their retirement over here have a better outcome. But if you send them money now, the man sent out not just once, but two people sent all their money over here, their whole life savings before they ever got here, before they ever met the woman. That's not something that we should be doing. You know, fortunately for the truck driver, when he got her, the woman was here, she had mismanaged the money. But she was still here and she did buy some stuff. But the other guy in Moncton, the woman was not there. She did not show up. Now he can't even get home. He done bought a one-way ticket with an onward ticket that he never going to use. And then they try to throw the Nigerians under the bus. Oh, it was the African. She wasn't even a Filipino. Right. Uh, 53 says, Darker says, I think both people need each other. Some feel the need to be the ruler, don't want their woman to be able to think on her own, and it can be because of fear of leaving them. For me, total control. Yeah, but that's how you verify. Who is this woman? We're marrying women we don't even know. We're taking care of people we don't even know. If I'm a woman and I get a man over here, no matter what the situation is, if he's a control freak, I got to throw him back and just go on with my life. The same with a man. If he gets over here, the woman's a control freak, or he sees the woman, she's got somebody else really. She's not really into me. It's just she's into my money. I'm just saying, if you listen to these vloggers like you, me and others, you know what to look for. If you've never been to the Philippines, you never dealt with a Filipino woman, how you going to know what red flags to look for if we don't talk about it? If you're constantly saying no to a woman and her unreasonable requests, it's the wrong woman. Okay? It's that simple right there. Because Filipino women are going to ask you over and over and over and over. They think, okay, you're the man. It's your responsibility. There's a clearly defined line over here. That's one thing I like about over here. Okay, if we're going to be together, here's what I'm going to do, X, Y, Z. And then you're going to do X, Y, Z. And most marriages are like that too. People usually get divorced because they stop doing X, Y, Z or X and Y. Something's going on. You stop doing it. Hey, TJ, thanks for that super chat. He said, bro said he's moving to the province in Lady to live in their house of the 34-year-old he's linked up with. Just making sure we don't skip over that. Yeah, see, I did a whole video on that before. That's a bad idea. In my case, you're jumping from the modern Western world to the province in Lady. I don't know. You need a transition period here. Unless he's some Navy SEAL or something. They can stay in the water for 3 or 4 days and all that. Man, that's a big adjustment. I wouldn't suggest anybody do that. But when I made the video, I was talking about how people are trying to be cheap over here and they do it. James did it. The masking tape guy, he did it. You see where he's at. But he'll get mad at us for trying to give him advice. I've had nothing but respect for James. I tried to help him. I put his website out there and stuff, but somebody put something in his ear that I said something about him. So I never said anything about James. I have nothing to gain from that. But you know, I would not do it, man. I would not do that. If you don't have enough money to come over here and stay permanently, just stay as long as your money lasts. But I wouldn't move and try to live with her family. Yeah, mask and tape treasures. Yeah. He moved in with the family like that, man. You know, you hear what Sir Ron said. He's building a house. Okay. A nice house. Me and him chat all the time. He sends me updates and stuff. But he says for the last month, you know, he's been shit showering, shaving in an outhouse in the province, waiting for the house to get done. He can deal with that. Can you deal with it? You know, she says, Icy on YouTube says, I always say, find a person who shares the same belief you have. That's a good foundation to have. Yeah, verify. But we're moving too fast, Icy. Do you know how fast these relationships over here start out? Like a rocket ship. You got to see it to believe it. You know, this is a real girlfriend experience here. When you get here, it's like she's been knowing you your whole life. And you don't even know each other from the very first day. So it's like on the job training. And so when I tell guys, hey, that first don't commit too much to that first relationship, it probably not going to work. They don't understand why I say that. Oh, she's nice. I'm nice. She's a good person. Yeah, but you don't know her. You just jump in together. You don't know her. She don't know you. Then after a while, she start getting on your nerves. You start getting on hers and it don't work out. You don't even know them. We don't have the patience, and they can't afford to wait around and get to know each other. How long does that take? I'm starving, and I'm starving. We're both starving. He's starving for affection and attention. She's literally starving. I can't pay my bills. I can't eat. Can't feed my family. You know, we need to get together now. We need to make this thing work now. And that's how it operates over here. So it's not, oh, well, let's wait around and see if we got the same things in common. No, you're just rolling the dice. So it is sort of like the luck of the draw, Sperling. But at the same time, you're like, man, I'm too old for that. You find a good woman over here, stay with her, man. Same with the woman. I've told Filipinos over and over again, it's not as many men out here knocking on your door as you think. It's these people got you thinking. These couch bros got you thinking. You got a good man, you toss him back. It's certainly going to be months, maybe years before another good one comes around. How many dicks you got to suck before you find a good man again? Okay. How much you got to put up with? How many old crazy ass control freaks you got to deal with before you find a good man that you had, by the way, that you took for granted? Yeah, I'm just saying that, you know, I don't know if you've ever really seen relationships over here or not and how they work. It's usually they chat for a little while, and the minute they get off the plane, they're moving in together, having children and everything. That's how fast it moves over here. So, you know, all that other stuff, I mean, it sounds good, but it's just not how it works over here. He says, I really think the women inside resent men, but won't show it when you treat them as just housemaids who cook, elf, and clean. When they have a better opportunity, they will bounce for sure, my opinion. Yeah, but a lot of times it's by necessity that they're with us. So they'll resent you for that. Every time they see you, it's a reminder of their situation. Because a lot of women really, they don't want to be a 20-year-old woman in her prime of her life. Does not want to be with a 70-year-old man. Like, okay, James and Arcely, right? I wish them nothing but the best. But man, do you really think that she grew up thinking, I'm 20 years old, I'm in the prime of my life, and I'm going to be with a 62-year-old man who's, not in the best of shape and everything like that. It's born out of necessity. Why it's so clear, but it's like we don't want to see it. We don't want to see the forest for the trees. It's like life can look us square in the face and we don't see a damn thing. Why are people so afraid to say the obvious? But we won't say it. I don't want to offend anybody. That's what's really going on. Okay? It's all about the money initially. Now, later on, you get to know each other and have real feelings. Of course. That's what happened with me here. But I'm not telling you anything that I haven't experienced. It's all the same. It's the script. We jump in there and we mix it all up. And then if it sets, then it sets. But if it don't, we toss it out and we start all over again. We mix it all up again. But your monetary value is all that counts in the beginning. I don't care who you are. And if you don't want to admit that, I'm sorry. There is no exception to that rule. Because the women on those dating sites are struggling. And they're struggling bad. But you have to know what to look for. Otherwise, you don't have nothing coming. See, I'm not blaming the women for their situation because a lot of them are doing the best they can under some pretty trying circumstances. You got more options, but you don't know your options. You got low self-esteem. Your money is doing the talking for you. You're lazy. You don't want anything to do with self-improvement. You want to ease us off the way. So it's going to continue to go on. But don't get on here with the bullshit, man. We know what reality is over here when you start dealing with women 100% of the time. Okay? So as long as you are okay with it and you're not going to get too messed up over here, that's why we have these discussions. So you don't lose everything. You got some control over what happens over here. Then you're safe. But don't be in this Filipino matrix. Don't be in this delusion that she wants you for your good looks and intelligence. Oh, because you got a nice character and you're a good guy. That's not going to put rice on the table, man. Y'all know better. He says, I never leave with my money. Well, it don't matter. That's why she's with you. Okay? That's why she's with you. That's why that young woman's with you, Hal. It ain't because you some fantastic guy. Okay? You're fooling yourself. Okay? He says, if you're leading with money, it's worse. Well, you don't have a choice. Why do you think those women on the dating site? Why do you think they want to date a foreigner? When they got Filipino men over here who are younger than you, better looking than you, have everything in common with them, compatible. So why don't they choose them? Oh, I'm tired of Filipino men. How? When you only have one, ma'am. All Filipino men aren't like that. That's the shit y'all buy into. Oh, Filipino men cheat. Well, foreigners cheat too. I hate to tell you that, lady. They say all the right things that they want you to hear. Oh, I'm tired of Filipino men. How? You've had one or two. So you're going to speak for all Filipino men and say they're no good and they're cheaters and all that bullshit. No way a 20-year-old woman going to be with a 62-year-old man. if it ain't about money. And then on his side, it's about something else. You know, you like what you like. You like what you like, but if you think you're going to come over here and get something without having money, well, who's spending the money when you get here, Hal? When you go out to the restaurant, when you get the condominium, you go to Baraka and all that, who's buying the plane tickets? What, she's buying her own? But thank y'all so much for your super chats, super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shows. I really mean it. We need to have these discussions more often. We need to get out of this Filipino matrix. You're not going to flip the script, but at least have a better outcome when you come over here for a visit, for a vacation, for your retirement. Get as much information as you think you need so you can make an informed decision. Do I want to even deal with women over here? If you get all the information, do I want to live in Manila? Where I want to live? Know your options. Certainly know your value. Because it's all about your monetary value in Southeast Asia. No matter what you say. It's nice looking women, man. Hey, Gary Smith, thanks for that super sticker. Thanks. You think Marilyn, here she is in the prime of her life. I'm a 61-year-old man. Marilyn's 42. Certainly can have a lot of Filipino men. But she likes what I'm bringing to the table financially. You know how I know? Because one of the reasons I'm with her, she's honest. She told me that. I want a man that can help me. I'm tired of struggling. Period in the story. But I already knew it. But the fact that she was able to tell me that said a lot about her. These women aren't going to tell you that. Oh, I'm tired of Filipino men. Oh, really, ma'am? There's 55 million Filipino men here. They look a whole lot better than me. They're younger. They eat dried fish, shrimp paste, balut, and all that other stuff that you like to do. They laugh at the same jokes you laugh at. They like the same movies, the same music. They celebrate the same holidays and everything as you. And you're going to tell me you tired of them? That's the reason you're dating me? Get out of here. Look, that's a bold-faced lie. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, a lot of them do, you know, but if you know it, then you can proceed with caution now. But if you coming over with your chest poked out, I'm 6'3", blonde hair, blue-eyed, the Filipino women gonna fall all over me. You got another thing coming, dude. Y'all listening to the wrong vloggers. But thank y'all so much. I really, really appreciate it. A delusion, an illusion, and a lie are the same damn things. Raise your self-esteem, man, and you'll see a lot more clearly. You'll be able to see through a lot of this stuff. But if you, thank you, Jesus, I found a woman. He said that on that interview. I'm like, dude, you better change your thinking. You're going to be in big trouble thinking like that. She should be saying that. Okay? Not you. Take care, y'all. Hey,